Hello, everyone. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby. I'm so happy to be with you to this Sunday. This is Sunday, the last Sunday in February. Our theme is the colors of love. And we're going to be exploring the colors of love when it comes to relationships. I'm so happy to be with you. I'm happy that we are simulcasting, and that simulcast includes our Purple Heart group. It includes supporting everyone that is involved with our ministry, our ambassadors, our emissaries of light, and of course, our leadership. This is the time where we get a chance to be a family. We get to reinforce that concept of a family that prays together, stays together. So um, I'm gonna introduce you to our leadership today. We have our leaders. We have first of all Catherine Redmond, and Catherine, would you like to say hello to our audience today?
I would love to. First of all, hello and good morning and happy Sunday. And I'm just wishing you all a blessed and abundant week. Abundance in every way.
Wonderful.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you all again next Sunday.
Wow. Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to that also. It's good to set some intentions in motion. And here we are with our wonderful Patty Walton.
Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here. We have a kind of overcast day. However, I look out and see how green it makes my grass. So I get really thrilled about that.
Well, I think I kind of brought some of the precipitation back with me because last week I was in Denver, but I didn't bring the snow back. So you guys are welcome. We may have a little precipitation, but we don't have the snow. And boy, was it cold! It was really, really cold in Denver, and I got a chance to walk in snow and have snow brush against my face. But it was a rich and a very powerful experience. Yes. Thank you, Patty. So today we are focusing on the colors of love, and we've had an opportunity to experience the color of love in so many varying ways. But you know, the colors of love are nothing more than our learning how to be in relationship with life. And this is the most important part of that process. Whether we are in an intimate relationship with someone else, or whether we are in a relationship with humanity and embracing humanity from every aspect, including people. I learned something new when we were at convention, and it is my goal to support that concept in going viral. And that concept is the global majority, which includes people from various different walks of life. And that concept means whether we're Asian, whether we're Hispanic, Latin, because there's a difference between Hispanic and Latin, of course, or whether we're black or we're from Africa or wherever we come from, we get to honor that because it's all a part of our collective. And there is also that time when we are in relationships with others, our personal relationship with others. That includes our beloveds, our family, learning how to be in those relationships. It includes those people that we may call our lovers. Everyone learning how to be that. So I love the phrase by Ernest Holmes, life is a mirror and it will reflect back to the thinker what the thinker thinks into it. I also love those words by Saint Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. And with that as the foundation of being for me personally in terms of relationships, it makes a difference. It teaches me a lot about compassion. It teaches me how to be in a relationship where it supports the highest and the greatest good for all. It supports me to be discerning in terms of how I choose and who I choose to be in relationship with. This supports my evolution, and I also know that it supports the evolution of every single person I am in relationship with. And this is an important part of that whole process. So for me, it all begins with the heart. Ernest Holmes says there is love in law, and that it is this wonderful marriage that brings forth the good that we're always seeking. He learned that from his wonderful teacher, Emma Curtis Hopkins, when she says we should affirm every day there is good in the universe and we ought to have it. So, with that in mind, I'm going to invite you to join me and engage in spiritual practice because there is value in spiritual practice. The great part of it is it supports us in slowing down, refocusing, and getting very clear about those things that are nearest and dearest to our heart and those things that are important to us. And when we are able to do that, then what happens is it begins to expand in our lives. So there is much meaning to what I focus on expands. And it is most important when we are cultivating the highest and greatest in terms of relationships. So with that in mind right now, I'm going to invite you to join me because I am on a evolutionary journey. And part of that evolutionary journey is to support every single person that I come into contact with, which is simply a mirror of myself. It is the mirror of my soul, to be in harmony and for the breath of life to expand within them and through them so that we can all live in harmony together. So I'm going to invite you to just join me in having a heart moment, to just tap into the energetics of this. You know, science continues to prove the value of being alert and aware of our energetics. So I'm going to invite you right now to just slow down and let's just demonstrate it from a scientific point of view by practicing heart. So I just invite you to just simply breathe right now with me. And if you feel comfortable, join me as I have placed my hand over my heart. And just breathe. Slowing down. Breathing in on the count of 5. And breathing out on the count of 5. And I invite you to just pay attention to the movement of the breath within your physical being. Moving into the heart space. And I'm inviting you to just tap into the energetics of compassion. kindness, care, or deep appreciation. And I want you to recall a moment where you have had that experience. And so, in this very moment, I'm recalling the energetics of the experience of living in harmony. And I'm remembering I had a wonderful teacher. She was about 4 or 5 years old, and she'd say, "Do you want me to sing that song for you, Auntie Dawi?" That was my name. And I'd say yes. And she'd sing the song, "Harmony, harmony, you and me together can live in harmony." And it would melt my heart away. It would call me on point and support me in being the best that I was capable of being. What a wonderful teacher. Whatever your story is, I'm going to invite you to recall it right now. And I want you to feel the energetics of that. The energetics in being in alignment and in harmony, in sync, in perfect balance in your relationships. And what I know is that when we focus on that, it's all about love. So just feel that energy right now. And as you're feeling that energy right now, I remind you that we are composed of pure energy, and that energy field can extend itself out into the world. So I'm inviting you to just magnify that energy, anchor that energy, and just allow that energy to express itself fully and completely. Touching everyone you come into contact with. I'm inviting you to amplify that energy right now in the world. And we move into that sacred space this morning, just acknowledging the one and only presence, the one and only power, that one and only source of infinite good and infinite wisdom. That source that is complementary of itself, embracing itself as that divine life that is abundant, it is overflowing, it is intelligent, it is creative, it knows what to do and how to do it in the perfect way. But most of all, what I know about this one life, this one power, is that it is the anchor of love in action. It is the spirit and the foundation of life, expanding itself, bringing forth harmony, love, and joy in the world. And that wonderful presence is alive right where I am, expanding itself and revealing itself. And in this very moment, right here, right now, what I know is that everyone that is a part of this prayer, moving through this experience now, and even those that are beyond this experience, that the essence of that harmony is grounded, anchored, and overflowing, and expressing itself right now. That spirit mirrors itself and reflects itself as perfect good. And so, what I know is that the practicality of it fulfills itself as we move forward in our lives and our experiences. I know that it is alive and thriving right now in whatever is going on in our lives. I know that the practice of this divine awareness expands itself within our body field, our energy field, that the biofield of spirit is that divine balance of good, and that it shows up in each of our lives, bringing forth wisdom, bringing forth light, and bringing forth love, that it is abundant, and it fulfills itself in all relationships. I know that there is the hearing from a place of love. There is the speaking from the place of love. There is the observance from a place of love. That our eyes are filled with love. Our touch is filled with love. And that it is love that paves the way. And it is love that is the healing factor. It is love that is the blessing. And love is the resolution. And so what I know is that it fulfills itself in all of our lives in practical ways. That there is that divine resolution, and the resolution is love in action. So as we speak this word right now, we embrace these words, we simply know that something new has set itself in motion. And it is because we have recalled the truth. And that truth is love is all there is. And that love is that first cause, that divine light, always expanding itself. So I just honor it right now. And in this honoring, we allow for it to move into all the areas we in our human experience are unable to go. We allow it to move into the nooks and crannies of life, and that life fulfills itself as perfect love and perfect peace, as a space and a place that works for everyone. So in this space of gratitude right now, I simply celebrate the beauty and the joy and the peace that passeth all understanding. And I simply release this into that sacred yes, universal law, this sacred marriage, allowing it to bind itself in a perfect way right here and right now. And as we do this, we affirm together and say, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
Amen.
And Ashe.
Thank you. Because we know it all has power. And that we have set something new in motion that is supporting us for all of eternity. But right here and right now, we remember that it's touching us and it is at work in our affairs. Many of you are probably already experiencing instantaneous healing, and I congratulate you. Healing is simply the revealing of truth. And for those that have not, just keep your eyes open, see with love, and experience life with love. It's all good. So I am looking forward to our coming together again and again. I thank you. I want to do a shout out for our Redland Centers for Spiritual Living over here in Southern California, and just invite you to join them next Saturday. We'll get a chance to meet their new ministers, and we're having a play, The Key, the Inner Guide to a Higher Vibration, where you can come and you can support this community in a wondrous way in raising and completing all the paperwork, supporting them in bringing their ministers and making it official with their work visas here in this country. They're from Canada, eh? And we're excited about that. All right. We'll look forward to our conversations again. Love you and have the best day ever. Namaste.